Here, this is how I made a Cuphead glove controller. I'll be showing you how I made it and what I used to make. So in order for this to work, it's important for you to understand a little bit about how a circuit works in electricity. Here you see a picture of a battery powering up a light bulb. Power runs through one side and then the ground through the other one, all connecting in a circle to make a circuit. The reason why this is important is because the circuit board I used relies on making a circuit to send inputs to your computer. So the circuit board I originally sought out was the Makey, but ended up using the Feeling code. So in order to make the glove, this is how I designed it. My thumb acts as the ground, so anytime my thumb touches any of the other inputs, it closes a circuit and it sends the input to my computer. Anytime my thumb touches my middle finger, it tells my character to shoot. Anytime my thumb touches the back of my hand at the bottom of my index finger, it tells my character to do a super or use one of the cards. Anytime my thumb touches the base of my middle finger, it tells my character to switch weapons. This last one was a bit more complicated, so I added another ground to the base of my pinky, because the tip of my pinky represents the lock button where you can lock yourself in place and shoot. So it requires me to touch two buttons at the same time. Originally, when I drew out the idea for this controller, my first thought was to use like a Wii's nunchuck, and that was the first thing that came to mind. I switched that to a Joy-Con that would let me 1 move, 2 jump, and 3 switch, along with also being able to press the start button. The reason for the swap was because I could not connect my nunchuck to my PC, and with the Switch it was really easy. One of the first things I did was buy a sweat wristband that I could 1 sew the circuit board to, 2 sew the glove to, and 3 shorten the length of the wires. The alligator clips that the circuit boards come with are still a bit too long and can lead to them unclipping or getting tangled. So I got thin aluminum wire that serves as jewelry wire. For the point of contact, I got copper tape that I put on where the ground was going to go and where every other button was going to go on the glove. I did have to work around with the copper tape because one, I kept making it too tight or not making it tight enough. Because I used jewelry wire, I had to add heat shrink tubes to the wires. That way, if the wires were to touch, the circuit board doesn't think that I'm pressing both H and B at the same time. I got my cheap heat gun. That you'd probably use a blow dryer for this, just to shrink it around it. I did end up changing these wires because of the length, and I decided to use copper instead. The reason for the swap was because every time my thumb would touch any of the other fingers, it was not 100%. Sometimes it would do it, sometimes it wouldn't, and I needed something that would work every single time. Copper is a better conductor, and not only did I just add a copper wire, I also took copper washers that I used to tie the copper wire around, and then I put them at every location. The glove ended up working perfectly with the changes of the copper wire and the copper washers. And I should probably mention that because technically the Switch Joy-Con is a controller, and then my Cuphead glove that reads as a keyboard is another controller, they work as 2 different controllers. So I had to use this program called Rewazd that I did pay for to be able to do this. Thank y'all, and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and let me know, yo. Peace!